have the ability to transform, create, and heal anything upon which you set your heart and mind. Join me, Sarah Hall, as we learn how to uplift all aspects of your life through spiritual empowerment. Enjoy weekly guided meditations, spiritual discussions on a multitude of topics, and a chance to call in to receive channeled messages from the angels on your spiritual journey. I'm Sarah Hall, and this is Through the Eyes of the Angels.
Hello, my friends. Welcome, and thank you so much for tuning in to our show today. Today, I feel so honored and grateful to be sharing messages with you about a spiritual devotion and source of love that has been central to my own personal spirituality in my life, for all of my life. Today, we're going to be talking about Holy Mother. Since the beginning of stories, as far back as our histories can recall, there has been a prevailing spiritual archetype towards which humanity will always reach. And that is the divine archetype of the mother. If you look into the belief systems and the spirit and the stories of any culture from any time on this earth, you will find the Holy Mother there. The Holy Mother. She is the mother who is the bringer of the child of love. The child of love who is known to be the savior of all, before which all suffering must transcend into holy, pure love. Over many thousands of years, the Holy Mother has been called by many names. In ancient Mesopotamia, she was Inanna. In Babylon, she was Ishtar. In ancient Egypt, she was called Isis, or Neith, Queen of Heaven, and mother of the immaculately conceived Horus, the solar deity who was the light of the world. In Greece, she was Aphrodite, Demeter, Semele, Danae, and Mira. In India, she was Devaki, Virgin Mother of the Holy Messiah, Krishna. In the ancient Teutonic religions of Germany, she was Hertha, Mother Earth. In Scandinavia, her name was Frigga, the mother of the blessed Balder, who was healer and savior of humanity. In ancient Mexico, in the Aztec religion, her name was Chimalman, the Virgin Queen of Heaven and mother of the saint and savior Quetzalcoatl. In the ancient Canaanite culture, she was the goddess Astarte, hailed as the Virgin of the Sea, the Blessed Mother, and Lady of the Waters. In the Indian Buddhist tradition, her name was Maya, the mother of Buddha, who was conceived when the divine came to her in a dream. In China, Lao Tzu, the Messiah of Taoism, was born of a virgin mother who conceived him through the power of the polar star, whose rays were holy and whose soul, after dying in childbirth, merged with her holy son. And of course, the Jewish Holy Virgin Mary gave birth to Jesus, the Christian light and savior of the world. And there are many, many, many more names and stories in which we find the Holy Mother all over the world. Why is it, do you think, that humanity is so drawn to this archetype? Why is it that we seem to need, at a spiritual level, to draw upon the love of a holy lady who is the mother of all and who is the embodiment of supreme love? It is because our collective spiritual psyche will eternally retell the story of our spiritual origin and our spiritual truth, no matter where we are in time. And a central pillar of our spiritual truth is found in the archetype of the mother. If you think about it, as human beings, we come into this physical world so tiny, so vulnerable, so dearly in need of care and love and attention for even our most basic functionings. And the mother who carried us in the womb becomes the one to carry us against her heart after we are born, as we are initiated into life on earth. She's our supreme protection, salvation, and sustenance. And our infancy, that time of earthly initiation, is one in which we are designed to absolutely need to bathe in the energy of love. Mother becomes the earthly embodiment of God in that time. She is the earthly representative of the source of the unconditional love from which our soul arises. And once we incarnate, she becomes the primary map that leads us back to heaven and anchors us there in that love. The mother becomes someone who is transformed in the giving of life to another soul. One who is the vessel of God always, because she becomes a source of love that is so powerful that it transcends herself. Love that is so pure that it is purely emanating, resonating the power of God, the presence of God. She becomes selfless in that love, fiercely strong in it, and powerful in love, devotion, protectiveness, and intuitive knowing. She is programmed with the highest spiritual consciousness of love in her role as mother, if she says yes to it. There's something that Lao Tzu wrote in the Tao Te Ching that I really like. He wrote, "The mystery of the valley is immortal." The mystery of the valley is immortal. In other words, the mystery of life is ancient. It has no beginning, has no end. It is known as the subtle female, Lao Tzu wrote. It is known as the subtle female. In other words, this divine mystery can be known to us, can reveal itself to us in the divine feminine archetype. Lao Tzu continued, "The gateway of the subtle female is the source of heaven and earth." The gateway of the subtle female is the source of heaven and earth. Meaning that this divine feminine that exists in the collective consciousness of all humanity is where we find the source of all that is heaven, all that is the higher realms of love and divine consciousness, and all that is the earthly realm of life as we know it. The archetype of the Divine Mother is thus the supreme archetype. It is one of our primary ways of knowing and understanding and discovering the source of reality. In other words, it is one of our primary means of knowing God, of discovering with our little and yet also extraordinary and infinite human minds a concept of something that is so big and so powerful that it gives birth to the multiverse. And the archetype of Holy Mother shows it to us. Throughout our lives, Mother remains a powerful archetype. Sometimes we find that in the moments when we feel the most alone and afraid, that the knee-jerk cry that is uttered from the soul is, "Mother," or "Mama, I want my mother," raining out from the depths of the soul. And I find it interesting because in cultures in which people rely on sailing the seas as part of their lifestyle, the archetype of the mother of the sea, mother of the sea, it's very prominent because at sea we are faced with such great unknown and potential for fear. We can become lost in what feels to be infinite fathoms of watery expanses, below which are unknown creatures, Or we can become caught in a storm in which we see waves the size of mountains. And so, in these cultures of seafaring people, the people revere the Holy Mother as the star of the sea. Because, of course, the stars are often the only guidance that sailors have to look to when they have traveled into the great chaotic depths of the wild, watery ocean world. Holy Mother, star of the sea, virgin queen of the sea. And also there are thoughts of the sea as mother, which is quite amazing given that we know scientifically that life began there in the sea. Sentient life came sprawling out of that first earthly saltwater womb. And we knew that truth somewhere deep down in our psyche for eons and eons as we created these stories and these epitaphs and prayed our prayers to the star of the sea, the Holy Mother, which oftentimes the sea even shares the same name, La Mer, the sea, the mother. There is this beautiful Latin prayer from the Catholic tradition called Ave Maris Stella. And in English, the translation goes a little something like, Hail, bright star of ocean and sea, God's own mother, blessed, ever immaculate virgin, gate of heavenly rest, receiving that sweet Ave from which Archangel Gabriel came. Peace confirm within us. In other words, give us peace. Break the captive's fetters. In other words, free us from fear, free us from ego. Pour your light on blindness. In other words, bring knowledge and understanding and awareness to where there is lack of knowledge and understanding. Help us to see. Heal our ills and give us every bliss. Heal us and give us bliss. Freed from guilt, preserve us. Pure and undefiled. Keep our life all spotless. Make our way secure through the highest heaven to the Almighty Three. One and the same glory be. Amen. Such beautiful concepts in that poetry, I think. And the concept of Holy Mother as this Immaculate Virgin might raise a few questions in our minds. Why that? Because this love that we find encapsulated in the Mother, this unconditional love that transcends all things, comes from a pure place. That idea of it as Immaculate Virgin is there because this love springs from our original nature, from our God-given original state of purity, a state of purity that resides within every single one of us. It's untouchable, this piece of us, unchangeable, this pure, immaculate, heavenly gateway that all of us have into the divine. And so we're calling on that when we are calling on the Holy Virgin Mother. And there is really something universal in the human spirit that will always cry out to Holy Mother for the love and comfort that we crave. A desire which is really a desire for pure awareness of God. When we crave anything, when we desire anything, especially comfort, we're really desiring God. And so we do this calling out to the Mother, and we always will, because we know that Mother is highest love. And we know that the soul can return to that love from any seeming suffering, can reverse it and bathe in the fountain of virginity like the goddess Aphrodite did. At any moment that we choose, we can return to that innocent, pure connected state to divine love and to God at any moment. Love can do that. Love can heal us and purify us. And in love, we are reminded of our origin, of the source, and of sustenance, the thing that keeps driving us to go forward in life. In love, we are fed at the breast of heaven and given all the meaning, life, healing, and knowledge that we could ever need in order to be sustained on this life journey. Holy Mother is the incarnation of our ultimate concept of love, because in this expression of love, we know love in its most powerful form. We know it as unconditional, life-giving, sustaining, healing, and transcendent of all separation or discord that could ever be. Holy Mother does that for us. And so again, human spirituality will forever reach its arms out to Divine Mother. And no matter what name we give her or what stories we attribute to her or tell of her, she will appear to us and provide for us in every need that the soul could ever conceive of. And the Holy Mother is reaching her arms right back out to us. She is a very real, sentient, living expression of God. I know her as a high and divine collective consciousness of all that is Divine Mother. And when I call upon her, I see that within her. I see all of her many names and expressions. And as I know her, I have found that you may call her whatever you wish. You can call her Mary, Miriam, Parvati, Saraswati, Kali, Frigga, Gaia, Isis, Ishtar, Inanna, Astarte, Danu, Nerthus, Terra Mater, or simply Mother. Call upon her. Call upon her, and you're calling upon the same force, the Mother of Love itself. It's all the Mother of Love, the Mother of Enlightenment, the Mother of transcendence of all fear, the Mother of the light of the world, the Mother of God, the Mother who helps birth God within us too. My favorite way to call on her is by the name I was first taught to give her as a child, Mary. As I was raised Catholic and educated in Catholic schools by nuns who were her sworn devotees, I learned to pray the rosary and to sing Ave Marias and to think of her as all sweetness, goodness, purity, and compassion personified. And my own mother used to like to tell me a story. She said that when I was little, I had only just turned 2 years old, I woke up one morning very, very happy, and I told my mother, I saw Mary last night. And my mother was astonished because this was not something that I would normally say. Think of a 2-year-old saying something like that. And so she asked me, do you mean that you had a dream about your Aunt Mary? And I said, no. Mother Mary visited me. She was here. And my mother was even more astonished because at that age, they hadn't yet gotten into the regular practice of taking me to attend Mass at church. And it's not as if my parents were really heavily religious types either, teaching me about Mother Mary all the time and so forth. So this is why it was such a surprise to her. So my mother asked me, what happened? And I said, we just talked. And when my mother asked what Mary told me, supposedly I just laughed and wouldn't say anymore. I may not remember that encounter, but I do know that I have felt connected to the Holy Mother my whole life. And even though I don't necessarily consider myself a practicing Catholic in the traditional religious sense, I still pray the rosary and sing Ave Maria and call upon Mary in my prayers because she is powerful. And when her presence comes over you, it is so good, so healing. And I wanted to share a little story with you about something that actually just happened over this past week. I asked Mother Mary for help when I was out gardening. I live in a neighborhood that I fondly like to refer to as the woods because it is filled with giant old growth trees. And my home is surrounded with these trees. So I was out in the front yard near the pine trees where many, many little maple saplings had taken root. I had been purposely neglecting weeding them out because they were so beautiful, so precious. They came from the maple trees next door that in the autumn look so breathtaking. The most blazing orange beauties just lighting up the canopy. And well, now that these little saplings that had been growing there for more than 2 years had really established themselves, they were getting very, very tall. Some of them were up to 10 feet. And they were creating some issues for the pine tree, and the landlord said that we should really probably take them out now. But because I loved those little saplings so much, I was determined not to let them die. So my fiance, Jesse, and I dug them up and gave them away. Our landlord even took one home to plant, and some friends took others. And the last sapling, I decided I wanted to plant in the backyard where there was plenty of room all around it so that it could grow big and tall. And as you might know, when you replant a tree, the tree can go into shock. And that's just what happened. The leaves of this little beauty were starting to droop and look kind of dry and sad, losing their color a little bit. So each day I got into the habit of going out to visit the tree a few times a day, and I would talk to it and tell it that everything would be okay and that I was very proud of it for being such a brave, good tree. And then a few days ago, it dawned on me that I needed to call on the Holy Mother. I needed to pray to Mary to heal the little tree. And so I remembered all of a sudden that there is this cabinet in my house where I still had one last vial of holy water left over from the River Lourdes in France, the place where Mother Mary appeared to little Saint Bernadette. One of my mom's friends had given us many vials of this water when my mother was dying of cancer. I had treasured this little store of holy water that I had, and I used it in healing sessions with my mother as she was preparing to go home to heaven. And sometimes I felt guided even to use a little bit of it in my healing work with my clients and in my own spiritual practice. And now, for the last 2 years or so, the last vial of water had been sitting unused in this cabinet. And I had such a strong feeling that it was now the time to use this for the little tree. So I took out the water and I put on a recording of Schubert's Ave Maria. I love the one performed by Maria Callas, so I looked it up on YouTube, put it on my phone, and had it ringing out from my pocket as I processed out into my backyard with the little vial of holy water. My neighbor who is gardening next door probably thought I was crazy. And I knelt down at the tree and let the music play while I poured out the entire vial of water at the base of the sapling. And I asked the Holy Mother to please help heal this little tree. Well, I went back outside just this morning before our show today, and guess what? The leaves of the tree have finally started to strengthen. Yay! The drooping is starting to reverse, and the green color of the leaves is starting to regain in lots of spots. The vibrance is coming back in. It looks so much happier. It's just coming back to life. And I really believe that that little tree is going to pull through. I keep telling it that it's going to become a big, beautiful tree one day with the squirrels running up and down it, who will watch over and protect the little houses. So Holy Mother, I believe, is creating a little miracle out in my backyard right now. And she can create miracles for you in your life too, maybe in your backyard, if you call on her. The Holy Mother is called Queen of Angels because she works very closely with the angels, who are sources, expressions of pure egoless love, and whose purpose is to protect love. This is Holy Mother's purpose too. And I find it so amazing that in the many stories of her visitations in which people see her appearing to them or creating miracles for them, such as in Lourdes or Medjugorje or Guadalupe or Fatima, that she does not necessarily appear to the high and mighty, but to the lowly, to the poor, to the suffering, to the sick, to the children, to those members of the human collective who sometimes go invisible or ignored or downtrodden. She appears to those who need her the most, who need Mother's love most. And in this way, what she's teaching us all to do, all who call on her, is to embody that kind of loving compassion that sends the love to the places where it appears to be needed the most. Those are the places where these beautiful little miracles can occur. So let's call on Mother Mary together right now. Let's go ahead and connect with Holy Mother together in our own meditation and feel her healing. Go ahead and take a moment to get yourself comfortable in a quiet space if you are able to do so at the moment. And right after these messages, we will go ahead and begin.
Hi, Sarah Hall here. I'm offering you a wonderful new opportunity to expose your business to my audience. Email the Bring Me to Life team at ads@sarahhall.com and let us know if you'd be interested in this special offer. You can feel great about supporting a message you believe in while bringing your own services to light. Again, email us at ads@sarahhall.com for more details.
All right, so I hope you've gotten into a nice, comfortable position. And now that we're together, we're going to just go ahead and close our eyes and take in a few nice, long, and deep healing breaths. As you breathe, see and feel a beautiful, soft, sparkling white, blue, and gentle purple colored light flowing down into your being. The light flows in through every cell of your physical body, sinking down into your skin, muscles, and bones, penetrating to the pure core center of your being now. This light is so calming, so beautifully purifying. Allow the light to soften and relax you even further as you notice the heartbeat softening to a restful rhythm, and as you notice every muscle and every joint releasing any underlying tension, melting into the support of the healing light. The light's presence has grown so thick, beautiful, and strong within you that it is now creating a divine cocoon of light wrapped all around your body. Let the glow of that soft white, blue, purple light flow and enfold you in a thick, protective blanket. And breathe deeply. As you breathe in this healing space, You begin to notice a sensation that feels as if you are being held in loving, nurturing arms. Arms that seem to very slowly and gently sway as you float in the air. Feeling your head resting against the heart of love itself. As that love flows out to nurture your every need now. Breathe deeply. Allow this light to transform you. Noticing that every need that you've held, every desire, every question now receives an answer. And beautiful nurturing is now spreading into every area of your life. As Holy Mother's gaze is infinite, she sees and understands all. She loves, nurtures, and heals you unconditionally. With your next deep breath, notice that the smell of roses and apples is in the air. Pure sweetness enfolding you in its arms. And that above you, you can see the face of the Holy Mother, gazing down with a smile and eyes of such adoration. You deserve to receive this love. Breathe it in as Holy Mother places a hand over your heart. Beautiful light is channeling from Holy Mother's hands into your heart now. Reawakening the child of love within you. The light moving down to the core part of your heart chakra, the part where your inner child will always reside. The holy part of you that believes in magic, that has innocent, unquestioning, pure faith in love, and that sprawls out with life and life and life from this place of love always. And if you feel and listen very carefully in your heart, you may even be able to sense the vibrations of the Holy Mother's song as she sings to you and supports you, the child of love in this world. Accept her healing and allow her love to enfold your soul. You may now take a moment to send a prayer request to the Holy Mother. asking her for whatever it is that you need or want most. Surrender this request to Holy Mother and feel as she immediately nurtures and answers. Breathe deeply as you receive, watching and feeling as Holy Mother places a beautiful shining veil of blue-pink light all around you, wrapping every thought, every feeling, and every prayer, every particle of your being in her healing, sustaining love. Thank you, Holy Mother. Be with us, Holy Mother. May you guide us, and may we forever reach for you in this life. Holy Mother will now help you to ground your energy. And so she invites you to envision that you are breathing her beautiful light right down into your physical body. Inhaling the light into your heart and exhaling the light right out through your body, down through your feet into the earth. We'll take in just one more deep breath in this way, feeling present and connected to Mother above and Earth Mother below. Inhaling the light into the heart. Exhaling the light out through the feet, through the physical body, as Earth Mother holds you below. You may now gently open your eyes and shift your perspective back into the present room and moment that you are in. Thank you so much for connecting in that healing moment together. Don't you just feel so good? It feels so wonderful to bathe in that kind of energy. If you would like to connect with Mother Mary further, if you want a longer guided meditation like that, I'll remind you that I do have a guided meditation called Healing with Mother Mary that is available on my website at sarahhall.com, and it's also on my YouTube channel for you. So feel free to seek that out if you would like to return to this healing work with Divine Mother whenever you wish.
I'll remind you that
Now is our time to take your calls and reading requests so that we can get some angel guidance. It looks as if we do have several of you lined up for readings already, but if you would like to receive an angel reading today and you haven't put in your request yet, you can call or text in at 240-979-6366. That's 240-979-6366. Or you can submit your reading request in the Bring Me to Life chat room on bringmetolife.com/radio and scroll right down to the chat area. So let's go ahead and take our first caller. It looks like we already have a caller on. Caller, you are now on the air. If you could just tell us your name and what requests you have today.
Hi, this is Amber.
Hi, Amber. How are you?
Oh, good. I just bawled my eyes out during that meditation. It was so beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
It was perfect timing. Just my request is any messages from Mother Mary for what's going on right now. I just recently moved in with my fiance, and I have two stepdaughters who I'm embracing, and my daughter, and just the dynamic is it's a lot of healing happening. They lost their mom 5 years ago to cancer, and that this meditation was so healing. So I just wonder if Mother Mary has any messages on any guidance on how to love and nurture them, and the way I wasn't quite given myself growing up, and through their own sorrow, of their mom not being here in person, and even though she is here in spirit, and I feel her all the time.
Yes, how beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So you have Holy Mother energy all around you. And the first thing that it's saying to me, just as I tune in and observe, is you are here in this lifetime to embody that beautiful, loving, unconditional loving mother archetype yourself. They're showing us that in a very, very big way, every detail that you chose in your life, that your soul chose to experience in this life, was part of informing the growth of this transcendent presence of mother, of this unconditionally loving mother in you. And they're showing us that even began back in your own childhood, through any challenges with your own mother. They're showing us that even that was there as an opportunity to heal you and to inform the growth of this mother presence within you. And they're showing us that you have really powerful instincts and really, really powerful intuition, that just following that helps you to kind of become what the angels are calling right now, like an instrument for the presence of God, or instrument for the presence of love in the lives of these children who have been entrusted with you. And that's a big part of your life's purpose. And the souls of these children are here in your life for a reason, they are saying. So there are a few different messages that have come through, and I actually just, decided to turn over a couple of cards that I have from a Divine Feminine Oracle deck to see what would come through. And I think that this is such an amazing synchronicity because, out of all of these cards, there are 53 of them in this deck. There's only one that has to do with Mother Mary particularly, and that's the first card that came through for you, the Mary of Nazareth card, so Mother of God. This is the card that represents, first of all, a call to destiny. Again, that these souls are here in your life, in your family, for a destiny, for a destined reason, and that you are blessed, that you have incredible courage in entering into this situation where, yes, you can see, and where you have powerful intuition, they're saying as well, as to where there are deficits in the heart, where there are places where it looks like the souls of these little ones, these little daughters, will find that there's a crying out for that presence of mother, that presence of love, that reassurance, and you have the power to give it. You have the power to give it. They're showing us that the mother of your stepdaughters absolutely is working through you. She's there in spirit. You're absolutely right about that. And she'll help to be one of your teachers as well as these little girls will be your teachers. The next card that we have, I think, is very interesting because it's drawing on a specific. This is the Saraswati card, another wonderful mother goddess, and she's the goddess of knowledge. Particularly in this case, what your angels are saying is that there is knowledge coming to you. Knowledge coming to you. This is interesting because I feel that knowledge kind of taking us into the psyche of your girls and taking you into deeper understanding of the way that we develop throughout life with our different perspectives through the different stages of life psychologically. And there's a sense that knowledge is coming to you, that spirit is helping to send you wisdom, ideas, and knowledge from outside, spiritual knowledge, psychological knowledge, great wisdom that is coming to you, and also intuitive knowledge, which is the most important kind to draw upon in this situation. They're showing us that getting down on the level of the girls in your life, the children in your life, all children in your life, they're saying as well, getting down on their level and just being willing to look in their eyes and just having an intention that says, I wish to see you. I wish to understand you. I wish to see and understand you. that creates a miracle. Through that, it's like there's some passage of miracle where it's like you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to have every answer that they could ever ask. You don't have to fix every, moment where they might, your stepdaughters particularly might miss their mother, or they might remember something that makes their heart feel a little sad. You just have to have that willingness to say yes, and to open your heart to saying, I wish to see and understand here, and I wish to give love, and it will be done through you, is what Holy Mother's saying right now. It will be done through you. You just have to say yes to it, because they're saying that God or Source is a higher intelligence that knows what to do through us. And if we just constantly practice holding the intention to open our hearts to it and to be its instrument, we'll find that there are wonderful, wonderful things that happen through us. And that is their message to you today. And they're saying thank you to you as well.
Beautiful. That was my prayer. I actually prayed to her to give me the strength of her love through me to my daughters. That was beautiful. Thank you. That so much resonated. I'm doing a full moon ceremony where they're anchoring in the divine feminine on Saturday. So in Hawaii, where I live, and I'm starting my own medical intuitive direction and modalities, and just everything you said just rings so true in my heart. Thank you.
Beautiful. Oh, you are so welcome. And it's amazing to see where that mother archetype obviously is there in your life's purpose and your life's work. It's going to be something that just is exuded out of you everywhere you go. So again, all you have to do is open yourself to it, let it be done through you. And there are some beautiful things that you'll offer the world. So thank you for being you, Amber. You're so wonderful. And it's so sweet of you to call in. It was lovely to hear your story.
Yes,
Thank
I was
you.
so looking forward to this. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye, my dear. Okay, so let's go ahead and see where we want to go next. We have lots and lots in our chat. So let's just go ahead and see who wants to come forward first. Okay, they're taking us to a reading request from Gabrielle. Gabrielle says, Dear Sarah, my question for Mother Mary, Queen of Angels, is what to do about my dysfunctional marriage and my failing to improve it in spite of all my efforts. My husband suffers from mental health issues and self-medicated with alcohol. I don't have the heart to divorce him, and am wondering whether I should stay married to him and learn to be more compassionate. This is such a good question, Gabrielle. I'm so glad that you asked this question. Right away, you've got Mother Mary with you, and you've got the angels with you, and you've been praying, I can tell, because they are surrounding you with so much power. There's so much energy moving around you right now, and they would like to teach you about compassion. And because that's what you asked for, you said, do I learn to be more compassionate? And they said, yes. They're saying, yes, absolutely. That's what you're going to learn to do, is to be more compassionate. And they want to give you the secret of true compassion, that true compassion begins with self-compassion first, that we must always be compassionate with ourselves first, or else we will be unavailable to be compassionate to anybody else in the world. And that is how you find authentic compassion and love that moves through you. Sometimes the most compassionate thing we can do is to demand that others around us raise their standards of treating us well, of their health, of their well-being, and of moving into better energy. Demand that we keep that standard protected and raised so that it elevates the energy for everyone around them. The angels are saying that there is a fine line that we walk between trying to heal someone and help someone who's going through issues like that, and between enabling them. And even if you don't mean to, that's obviously not your intention at all, is to make it so that your husband could suffer more. That's not there, and there's no guilt that you should feel whatsoever, the angels are saying, but to remember, to become conscious and aware that my role in his life is one that does have the ability to change the way that he is relating with himself. Not that you need to take responsibility for whether or not he chooses to fix and heal himself, because that's not your spiritual purpose. Your spiritual purpose is, again, to be compassionate and loving to yourself first, so that you can protect love in all of its highest possible forms in your life. And they're showing us that for your husband, he needs a big wake-up call, that absolutely he can change, he can heal. but he's not choosing to do that yet. He has not chosen to do that so far. And alcoholism is really only going to take him farther and farther and farther off track. And the longer that you stay and continue to tolerate him being in this state, no matter how much he's suffering, no matter how much he even plays on your sympathies and wants you to stay, that's not compassionate to him. That's not helping him at all for the two of you to stay together in this difficult situation together. So the angels are really asking you to draw a line in the sand and to embody the energy of unconditional love by embodying it for yourself first, which is how to prioritize it the best possible way. I embody self-love first, and that will be the saving grace for all other standards of love everywhere else in my life. If you bring down your boundaries of self-love to the extent where you allow others around you to make toxic the energy of your life around you, then it's not protecting love, is it? It's not protecting love for you, and it's certainly not protecting love for your husband either, to continue tolerating these kinds of things. So it's time to draw the line in the sand. The angels are saying that, yes, you can tell him you must recover or I'm leaving, and you can try it that way, or you can go. The choice is yours completely, but they're showing us that you must take it in that direction now. It's time to take it in that direction now. You're ready to move forward now, and that things will get better with that. Things will absolutely get better with that. The angels are showing us that this is actually giving him a very big gift, even if it's tough love. But that's what the energy of Mother must embody sometimes. Mother Mary is giving us this message, and I actually love it. But I'm seeing the energy of tough mother, strong mother. We have to call on that part of us sometimes, that part of mother that wants to protect all things, like a mother tiger defending her cubs. Get ferocious and defending the standard of love. And that's the best way that you can be protective and loving towards yourself and your husband at the same time, is to approach the topic of yes, leaving him, and of yes, divorce, if he does not choose to radically and fully commit his whole life to changing. And even then, the angels are saying that right now, based on what it looks like his free will choices are, it looks like you're being led towards probably a path away towards him, away from him. Again, the choice is up to you, but apply your compassion towards yourself first now. And they are with you. I'm hearing the angels and Mother Mary as well, saying, we are with you, we are with you, we are with you every step of the way. And you can be such a force of love and help and healing on this planet, in this world, to everyone who needs it, by being you and by being freed of heavy energy that it's like sometimes when we're with an alcoholic, we're just giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. And that giving is going into a bottomless pit where it doesn't make a difference in the world, where it doesn't get a chance to get out and flower into a garden of love for the world to see. But you have so much to give, Gabrielle, so much beauty and love to give this world, and it's time to shine it. So require that your husband either be in a state where you can do that and where he can carry his own baggage and heal his own burdens and take care of himself, with the stipulation that you are leaving because you protect love first. If that love is not protected, that you are gone. So thank you so much for your message. I feel so much inspiration coming through from that, and I hope that others will feel that healing coming through as well. Let's go ahead to another question that we have coming in here. Okay, there's an important question here, and I think we should go towards this one. This is a good one. This is coming in from Ricardo. Ricardo says, I still feel vibrations from my mother when I go to sleep, since her desire to sabotage my growth and pursue my freedom, as she said in a dream. So his mother sends the energy of sabotage, not so healthy relationship with mother. Ricardo says, I am concerned that she could do an energy attack towards those that I have in my life, friends, colleagues, significant other, etc. So Ricardo's asking for guidance from Mother Mary and from the angels to neutralize this energy and to pursue my growth. I felt very strongly guided towards this question today because it raises such an important point for all of us to consider when we're considering this archetype of Holy Mother. that, you know what, guess what? Not all of us get to have a perfect relationship with our moms. In fact, that's not, always even common for people. That there can be moments where there are difficult things that come into that first relationship. And the reason for it that the angels want to bring in now is they are showing us that there is something that was broken there in your mother, Ricardo, your mother's relationship with her own parents. There is fear that was there. And so because that became something that was embedded in her heart and in her psyche, this little piece of feeling broken or feeling hurt, this was all she knew how to give others in the world. That's all how she even knew to give to her own family. And it's interesting because they're showing us that for her, love and fear are very connected, that she does have love for her children in her own kind of strange way. She has that love. She has that, it's devoted, and sometimes even obsessive, not so healthy way. But that her form of trying to express that love, or that desire at least to really love, is control. Control. She has enough fear of the world and enough fear of relationships that she must have a sense of controlling those relationships in order to feel safe in them, and in order to feel as if she's keeping safe those that she does love. So in that way, the love can, become poisoned, because in the most ideal sense, mother's love trusts that we are allowed to be let out of her arms and allowed to live our own life and to grow and to pursue our dreams and our freedom. And your mother is still very, very much afraid of that. So the solution to this that the angels want to give you, that Mother Mary is giving to you, is send love and mercy and forgiveness back to her energetically. You can keep your boundaries with her in terms of how you relate with her in your life. If you need to have space with her, keep them, they're saying. But at a spiritual level, at an inner level, your inner relationship with her, they're saying, take time to send forgiveness her way, and even to talk to her higher self for a moment and say, I see you, that you are hurt, Mother. I see that there is hurt that is here. And I ask the Holy Mother, I ask the Mother of Love to move through you and to calm you, to bring you compassion, to bring you peace, and to bring it to me too. Because I know that love, and that love is very true and very real. And it's amazing, Ricardo, for you specifically. Holy Mother, Virgin Mary, is coming forward to you saying, I've watched over you my whole life. She's saying that you've got loved ones in heaven who have prayed for Virgin Mary to watch over you your whole life as well. And that you know what the energy of real healing, pure, pure, pure mother love is. You know it. Believe it or not, it's come through in little flashes through your own mother. It's just that it's gotten tangled up, through time because of her own fear that she's not healed yet, things that she's not let go of yet. And that you knew it also in spirit. You know this perfect motherly love and acceptance in spirit, and that is always there with you, moving out into all the areas of your life, and that you can embody some of that energy too, that energy that is simply unconditional love. And they're saying for you to start with self-love. Mother Mary today is saying that it's one of the biggest themes that she wishes to teach all of us who have called in with messages and requests and questions and prayer requests. She says, start with self-love. Start with focusing on self-love, because self-love is a shield. Self-love becomes a shield that is so high, that is so incredibly powerful, that nothing can get in. No evil, no negativity, no ego, no nothing can get in the face of unconditional love, the kind of love that is mother love, because it is transcendent love. Give it to yourself first. Shower yourself with unconditional self-love. And this does neutralize negative energy. It makes it so that vibrations around you change, so that you're not attracting negative situations, and so that you are completely safe and protected from any negative energy, whether it's being sent from someone specific or whether it just seems to be something you stumble upon in your world. You and all that is connected to you and dear to you will be protected as you focus on this love, especially love for yourself first, and keep calling on Holy Mother and calling on the energy of forgiveness, because forgiveness too knows what to do through you when you call on it. Forgiveness knows exactly what to do to bring in healing. So let's go ahead and just we're going to take in one last call. We've got just a minute left. We've got a message coming in. It says, "Hello, Sarah. I am a 16-year-old girl in high school. I've had a lot of trauma. I've been healing from my older brother abusing my mother and me. I know it made me stronger, and I'm working on healing my relationship with my own femininity. On Monday, I consecrated myself to marry with my mother and father. I'm leaving my current high school to go pursue the arts in an art high school. It's culminating season in high school, and I'm praying for extra strength and motivation to pass my classes. I can be a little funny balancing my knowledge of what's important in my life and then having to stress over a paper too. This is very, very all over the place, but my life is changing very soon every day. Anyway, whether or not you get to this message, sending my love and blessings to you. You are a wonderful, warm light on earth. Thank you, Rachel." Oh, that's so sweet. And then she added, "I was wondering if the angels have a specific message to tell me or a particular angel's coming through, maybe advice to implement. Thank you." Thank you, Rachel. I would like to actually just turn over a couple of cards for you from the Divine Feminine Oracle. I am so proud of you and so happy that you have consecrated yourself to Mary, because I feel so much powerful, incredible energy coming through that, something incredibly special. Mary is telling us that you also have a really special connection to intuition. Your intuition is very high. You are an old soul as well. And they're also showing us that you have a very high connection to nature, spiritual connection to it, that you'll be able to channel it, feel it, also probably be able to communicate with angels and Mother Mary yourself. Just sharpen this gift that you have inside your heart. It's ready to blossom out and create beautiful things in your life. They want you to know that the trauma in the past from your older brother, this is something that, as funny as it may sound, our souls choose these kinds of relationships. They choose the people that will be our mother and father, choose the people that will become our siblings and that kind of thing, because there's a part of us that has a soul contract with that person saying, I will live a lifetime with you. And in this time, we will hold a pact to try to heal together, to try to heal from that which, brings feelings of suffering and separation in us. And it looks as if your brother has, what the angels are showing us is a strong sense of identity crisis that has come in and out of his life at different times, really trying to find who he is and find a sense of strength and purpose and that kind of thing, but lots and lots of fear and lots of feelings of disempowerment from him. This actually even goes into previous lifetimes where it looks as if you've also shared some previous lifetimes with him. The goal in this situation is for you to learn incredibly powerful, strong, high boundaries, to learn to stand for nothing but being treated with perfect love and respect, and to do whatever it takes to protect yourself in the face of those kinds of things. Even if it is protecting yourself from someone with whom you are bonded in family, or bonded even in some love that you may recall being there in your relationship with your older brother. So there is healing that will come through in this. And the angels are saying that you're actually one of your mother's greatest teachers as well, that you will help her to learn the same kind of strength that stands up and says, just as we saw in one of our earlier readings today, that you must protect the standard of love in your relationships before you think of protecting the person. Because sometimes in protecting the person, we're protecting their ego, or we find ourselves bonding to their ego, the fear part of them, the negative part of them, the part of them that is dysfunctional. Instead, protect love for yourself and for them. So your cards are, you've got Thekla, the prophetess of true power. This represents that your purpose, even at such an early age in life, is self-empowerment, and also to help other people to realize and experience their power too. So believe in yourself and believe in your power is the message in all of that. The second card that you have is the Parvati card, another mother goddess, which I love, who is the goddess of devotion. This is the card of eternal love, love that never leaves us, love that evolves our soul. And what she wants you to know, Holy Mother wants you to know, is that in this life, at this special time in life where you're being drawn to go to this new school and do all these wonderful new things, you are being asked to follow passion, to follow love in your heart, to follow where love is leading you, and that will take you to the perfect summation of your life's purpose, because you are meant to be in this school for the arts. You are meant to do this because this is going to shape your purpose, and it's you're following love, you're following divine passion, which divine passion is the presence of God. And if you follow the presence of God, you'll only find more God, more purpose, more support, more love, more of all of the things that we want in this life. So you have incredible guides all around you, lots of divine feminine energy. And I'm seeing a couple of different angels, just so that you know who's there. You've got Gabriel there, very strong. Michael is there as your protector. Raphael is there, healing angel, helping you in your family relationships. And Jophiel, the angel of beauty, helping you with your life purpose and expressing beauty and expressing purity through your art, through your self-expression. So thank you so much, Rachel, for sending in your message. And thank you to all of you who sent in reading requests. Don't worry, you will have another chance to get a reading here on Bring Me to Life Radio, where we will also be connecting very soon on Wednesday, June 5th. And Wednesday, June 19th of next month, both of which will be for full hours of angel readings for Angel Hour. We're doing 2 Angel Hour episodes next month, you guys. So definitely join us for both of those. Remember that I will also be live every month, every third Thursday on bringmetolife.com for Through the Eyes of the Angels, where we have our spiritual discussions and our meditations and all these great things. So mark your calendars also for Thursday, June 20th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern for our next episode of Through the Eyes of the Angels. So that's for Through the Eyes of the Angels, and Angel Hour, where it's just readings, is Wednesday, June 5th and Wednesday, June 19th, both at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. All of these podcasts are recorded and available to listen to pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts. And I will, of course, be posting the YouTube and Spreaker links for the podcast on my social media pages. If you would like to listen in again or share with a friend, do keep in touch. And if you would like to connect with me for a private angel reading or a healing session, you can visit my website at sarahhall.com, sarahhall.com. Do follow bringmetolife.com for more inspirational content, and know that all of my love and gratitude goes with you. Bye.